Hi, welcome to Wiregrass BBQ and Coffee Club. Today we're doing a lesson on cast iron for Loretta Crow. She is the bomb. She's the best. Wonderful minister says she keeps the whole team together. She's the sticky and the glue. So she had asked me a question about cast iron. She asked, what kind of cast iron do I use? Could I send her some numbers and everything? So I thought it'd be best if I just go ahead and do a little quick overview. I don't have a little bit of cast iron. I have a lot of cast iron. Let me just give you an overview here of what we'll be looking at. There are about 7 or 8 in that stack and everything. And I'm just going to break it down. I'll give it to you all that I have here and let you see what we're talking about. When it comes to regular cast iron, I try and get American made. Lodge is the most popular brand that you can find. With Lodge, it's American made. More and more today, they make what is called pre-seasoned, and I'll talk a little bit about seasoning in just a moment. But what it means is they've been through a process to where you don't have to start from scratch. It's not just right from the factory without any work on the bottom. The more you use your cast iron, the more you're going to have build up around the outside edges it's grease. And you'll see some in a moment of the oldest cast iron I have. The more you use it, the way it happens. But also, the more you use your cast iron, you're going to find it gets smoother on the bottom. And what happens is not that all of that cast iron is coming off the bottom and going into your system. But the more you use your cast iron, it builds up a baking, if you will, a baking in of the oils that you use, whether it's baking grease or vegetable oil, Crisco, shortening, and it builds it up and makes it smoother. And so that's what's going to happen. You will always get a little bit of iron into your system from cast iron. It is not a health hazard whatsoever. As a matter of fact, doctors recommend it. So let me just give you a little overview of what I've got, what we normally use around here in our kitchen. We love to cook Southern foods, but we don't use our cast iron exclusively for Southern food or soul food. We use it for many, many different things. So let me just give you an overview of what we have, give you an idea of it. Starting from the smallest, going to the larger, this is what is a number 3. This is a 6-inch, little small round skillet. It's great for warming up things. It's great for making red-eye gravy. It's great for just a little bit of something that you're warming up at a time. I hold it up to my hand so you can see about how large that is. Then we move on up, and this one is a number 5. It doesn't say how many inches it is, but this is the next size up in that cast iron. We really enjoy that one. Here's one of our smoothest, and it's one of our favorites. It's a number 6. It says it's a 9 3/8 cast iron skillet. This one we've been using enough. It's very, very smooth on the bottom. This is one that we have used the most personally. We bought this brand new, began using that, and so the more we use it, the more and this is one we use primarily for our cornbread, this size right here. But you're not limited by that one pan. You can get all the pan you want, make more and more cornbread. For instance, when we make cornbread dressing, we think about things like that. This is a different skillet that I wanted. If you're scrambling eggs, if you're making omelets, or if you're wanting to saute things, this is a little saute pan. Again, it doesn't have a number. It's made from Lodge. But you'll notice that instead of it going straight down the edges, it's rounded on the bottom. It's not a wok, but the edges are much like a wok. And that really helps in a lot of different things, delicate cooking that you're using. Now we're going to get into the antique stuff. Again, some of this is used so much. This says number 8J. This is one that I believe we got this from Jeannie's mom. I believe this is this is not hers. We're getting hers in a moment. But this is another one that we've inherited along the way. We didn't buy it fresh. And this one is just countertop smooth. I mean, it's glass smooth on the bottom. Here we go. This is Jeannie's mom's. And we inherited it. Her mom has cooked many a fried chicken in this thing. And I'm going to try and bring it in a little close. You'll see it looks pitted around the outside. And that's just decades and decades of use, and though it is washed, it just sort of builds up a little bit, And on the inside, again, it's just glass smooth all the way around. It has the number 8F on it. Again, the numbers have changed over the decades. There's no telling how many. Let's see, we've been married 32 years. Jeannie's mom is now 93, and she got married when she was, 47 years they've been married. No.
They were married in 47.
I don't know. Okay, so anyway, 1,000 years worth of cooking in this skillet. Here we go. This is a large one that I bought that I like to use. Again, it's not labeled. I think it's a 12-inch if I'm not mistaken. It has the extra handle on this side because it's so heavy you can't just lift it with that. This is what I used the other night when I made my salmon patties. Fried those up. I can fry fish if I want to cook inside. I don't fry fish on the inside. But this is a very, again, this is my hand. This is a very large one. We have some lids that interchange on these, and we like to use those as well. Here's a few specialty items that we have. This is a little skillet, the low edge. It is a 9 OG or something. This one, as you said, you see the little rim? It's just very shallow. That's great for pancakes. That's great for omelets. Just things like that. We have, this one is one of Jeannie's favorites. And again, here's my hand. You see these a lot at Cracker Barrel. This one was purchased at Cracker Barrel. This is great for serving up individual desserts, baking little individual cakes, or a grilled cheese sandwich fits perfectly in there. We have, I bought 2 square ones. Again, these are heavy, so they have the edge on them. But this one is a flat bottom square. Most all our cornbread that we bake, we cook in the round ones. But I can also cook a square whole cake of cornbread. And then we bought one as well, same size, same pan, but this has got the griddle bottom. And if I want to grill chicken breasts on the stove, or salmon fillets, or our favorite smoked pork chops, and we'll put the pork chops on here and place that in the oven. And if Loretta's nice, she and Scott can get some smoked pork chops from me. Jeannie likes her bacon crisp, well done. And a lot of you know that when you're frying bacon, a lot of times it curls up along the fat edges. We like to use a bacon press from time to time. This is a Lodge cast iron bacon press. When we're frying, we just set it on there. It helps it cook it evenly. Here's another variation. This is also from Lodge, but this is a square shallow, and this is for like 5 or 6 grilled cheese sandwiches at a time, or anything else that you want to cook in that matter. One I have never used is this one. I got it because it was on sale. 8CB, I think it is. This is the one that has, let me get a camera to work for me here. This is the one that had, there we go. This has the, there we go. This has the individual cornbread wedges in it, if you will. And what that does is you preheat this, of course, and when we make our cornbread, we always put a little oil or a little bit of sometimes bacon grease in the pan. And this one you put a little bit in each one of them, spray it good with Pam, and then put a little oil in there. We put our batter in there, and we can put it in and serve it up, and that way it gets brown all the way around all the sides. I mentioned to Loretta that sometimes you can find cast iron in places like Sam's Club. They have their brand names and everything of cast iron. You get enamel. I know Lodge is making enamel cast iron now. Le Creuset makes enamel cast iron. But you don't have to go big dollar on it. For instance, we got this set from Sam's Club because we like Sam's Club, and we're shopping around is paint enamel on the inside. You need to know that your enamel will never be as clean after the first time you use it. It will continue to absorb a little bit of the flavor. For instance, spaghetti sauce, different things, and you can clean it. You'll scrub it. It'll be clean. It just stains that enamel a little bit. Now, for instance, one of the things that we make here at Wiregrass BBQ and Coffee Club is my famous, humbly saying, clam chowder. And so the pot that I use for my clam chowder is usually the larger version. And I was looking on here earlier. This is Jeannie read it a while ago, and I can't read it now.
6.5
6.5 quart. This is a great big old boy, and this is what I make my clam chowder in. It's a deep pot. It comes with the lid. The lid also fits this enameled, I say enameled, this is non-stick or Teflon, if you will, coating on the inside of this one. Now, amazingly, while this is Teflon coated, the older cast iron that I have that's smooth doesn't stick anywhere near like even this Teflon will. So that's what you have there. And then one thing I want to throw in for my friend Scott Crow, Loretta's husband, tremendous guy. I know that he has his own backyard deck barbecue area, and I use this for different reasons. This is like great for grilling vegetables. If you have kebabs, you can put them on here. Cast iron holds heat very well. And another thing that I love to do is, for instance, if I'm going to be cooking for a while, I'll put this on the grill, let it preheat. I'll take a large onion and I will cut the very top off there, bottom off, peel a little bit of it, just get down to the onion part, and then I'll core it in the middle, just straight down, core it, make a little pit in there, and all the way through. And what I do is I put butter, literally mashed butter down in there, put a little nature seasoning on there, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, or our proprietary basting sauce that we have here, and wrap it in aluminum foil and put it on this and just let it sit there, and it will steam, cook, it'll saute itself from inside out, gives it a great flavor. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to call me, and appreciate you very much. Loretta, I hope you have a wonderful time, and I hope you buy a gazillion cast iron pots and pans. Thanks.